Hey everyone, welcome to our Team Girls Night / book club, our personal development book club. Tonight we are talking about the Miracle Morning book that maybe you read, maybe you didn't, maybe you read half of. And we are having an ugly sweater party. So first we have to start off with our ugly sweater party because I want to see everybody's gorgeous sweaters, fabulous sweaters. Oh yeah, Hillary, that's awesome. Yes, that is killer. Okay, I'm gonna show you mine. You ready? It jingles too. Can you guys hear it jingling?
That's awesome.
My jingles are just perfectly located.
Oh, yours jingles too. Yours jingles too. Nice. Okay, let's see everyone else's. Lori, I want to see yours. Oh, nice. Bahama. That's super cute. I love it.
I'm missing a present. Okay, let me show you mine.
Paola, is that how you say your name?
Yeah, close enough.
Paola?
Paola.
Paola. Okay.
Paola. Yes, Paola.
Okay, let me see yours, girl.
Let's see if I can get a good shot. So I made this.
Nice.
This is the tree skirt. This is Santa falling off his sleigh, and a trail of trees, presents.
That's rad.
I just made this. Dollar Tree. Oh, he has a present in his hand too. Should have thrown some Color Street in there, but didn't think of it until now.
Oh my gosh. She gets double points.
Color Street nails all over your sweater.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna vote. So after everyone shows you their sweater, we're gonna have a vote, and the winner gets a Starbucks gift card from me.
Ooh.
So you guys write in the chat, like when we're done, you'll write in the chat which one.
Vote for me and Santa.
Oh, you got it. Got my vote.
Santa.
Santa here. And his.
Okay, who else is wearing one? I'm gonna mute you now.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Whoops.
I'm removing stuff from my naked body.
It's going.
You didn't poop on me.
Okay, who else?
I need to feed you guys.
Amanda. Amanda's not wearing an ugly sweater. She's wearing a cute sweater.
Okay, let's go.
Look. Can you hear me, Amanda? She's got a cute sweater on. Who has an ugly sweater? Who else has an ugly sweater? Holly? You wearing one? Where'd she go? She disappeared. Anyone else? So it's just us 5?
Wow.
Or 4? Just us 4? Okay, if anyone hops on with an ugly sweater, let us know. Okay, so you guys vote. There's obviously, well, and then I'll give myself Starbucks. Okay, so there's me, Hillary, Paola. Paola. Okay, Paola, and then Lori. Those are the 4. So pick your favorite in the chat box. Vote for your fave. And then we'll get started. I think I know who's already gonna win. Okay, so while you guys are voting, we're gonna talk about so first I want to emphasize so much the importance of personal development. And I'm actually gonna quote the Miracle Morning book.
It was a great book.
My favorite quote from the Miracle Morning book. But he said it was like life-changing for him. And it was on the importance of personal development, which is something I'm really trying to emphasize for you guys because anyway, I'll read the quote and it'll explain why. So in the Miracle Morning, he quoted Jim Rohn. He was listening to Jim Rohn while he was running. And this was the quote that really stood out to him. And it was, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. Because success is something you attract by the person you become. So I truly, truly believe that however much you're developing and growing and, you know, reading these personal development books and being a confident person, and that's how much success you'll have. Like they're parallel. They go hand in hand. And so I hear lots of people saying, oh, like I don't have time to read, or I don't read, I'm not a reader, whatever. And I'm like, that's crap. I don't want to hear that crap. That's an excuse. Like, I have 4 kids. And you know, I can come up with excuse after excuse, but you just have to make time. So like, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to personal development. I don't let my kids listen to like cutesy kid songs. I listen to personal development. Or you can put in your headphones and let them listen to kid songs while you're
Right there.
right. Is that what you've got? Headphones, Hillary?
All the time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
I'd like to get in on this ugly Christmas sweater party.
Oh, hello. Good. We've got some
Hello.
more.
Okay, so I've got the headbands, and then it's scenes from a Christmas vacation.
That is awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's rad.
RV, and the moose mug, and the house with lights. It's pretty
That
funny.
is so awesome. I love that. Wait, let me see your headband again. Oh, it's Santa.
Santa Claus.
That's so cute, Carrie.
Thanks.
Okay,
Sorry to interrupt.
So Carrie's in the mix, you guys, if you want to change your vote. Just saying. And then
Oh, wait.
I see Mindy.
Yes.
Mindy,
see
show
me?
us yours.
Okay. So we have my name in an ornament form, Mindy.
Nice.
And then some Christmas decorations. And then a Christmas present. And then, oh, my jingle bells.
Sweet.
Extra large husband's ugly sweater. That's all.
That's rad. Did you glue that on?
This?
Yeah, did you do that yourself?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Homemade.
We went to the best. Okay, that's pretty sweet. How did you do your own name?
Oh, this was actually a gift from my mom-in-law last Christmas.
Uh-huh.
So some lady like makes name with like a wire.
Sweet.
I safety pinned it on.
That's perfect. Now everyone knows your name.
Yes.
Sweet. Anyone else? Tony, do you have one? Yes. Okay. Let me unmute you. Okay, show it off, girl. Wait, it's not. Oh, there we go.
There we go. I've got cats on it, and
Oh, that's awesome. Cat sweaters are always classy.
they are.
And bell. Are those bells?
Yes, they jingle.
Sweet. We got almost jinglers. You guys missed mine. See? I'll do my little dance again. Awesome. I love that you guys dressed up. Oh, Amanda, you changed. What is this? She's like, it paused for a second. I want to see her sweater. Cassandra, are you wearing one? Yes. Is that an elf girl? That's cute. We could be twins. Our elves could be friends. Amanda, her internet must be weird, but we'll have to see Amanda's in a minute. Anyone else have a sweater that we missed? Ugly sweater? Okay, cool. So anyway, back to my little soapbox about personal development. It's just so important, you guys. And like, it makes me sad because the book club meetings are usually like have the lowest attendance. And I feel like it's one of the most important things, because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't stay motivated, if you don't, stay inspired, it's hard to continue on, like it's hard to keep going. So it's just so important, especially in network marketing, because there's going to be hard days, there's going to be hard months, there's going to be times when life gets in the way, there's going to be times when you're like, what the heck am I doing, and why, or is this going to really helped me achieve my goals. Like, you just have those moments, and I really feel like the personal development is what helps you kind of get through it. So I just had to share that quote because that was like my favorite quote from the entire book. I'll share more, but I want to hear some of your guys' thoughts on the Miracle Morning book. Oh, but first, wait, I have to tell you one more thing. So the first time I read it was a couple years ago. I think it was like 2015, summer of 2015. And that month, I read it in June 2015. And I remember because I had my biggest sales month ever when I started doing the Miracle Morning. I was in a different MLM. I was with Beachbody, and I sold an insane amount of challenge packs that month because I was doing the Miracle Morning. I'd wake up and I would do the SAVERS acronym. So for those of you guys that don't know what the SAVERS acronym, like if you didn't read it or didn't get that far, SAVERS are the 6 things that he tells you to do in the book, which is, and you guys are going to have to help me. I think the first one is silence, and then affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading or audiobooks, and then the S is scribe. So those were the 6 things he talks about in the entire book. And I would do that in the mornings, and I had like an insane month that month. So I'm a big believer in this stuff. And we are actually going to I'm going to start a team accountability group for anyone that wants to start doing the Miracle Morning. Basically, you wake up 30 minutes earlier than you normally would, and you start working on that SAVERS acronym. So I thought it'd be fun to have like a special accountability group for anyone that wants to kind of like really try it and push themselves a little bit. So that will start tomorrow. But anyway, so some of you guys share, what if you tried it, or at least what your thoughts were, if you read it. I want to hear. Who wants to be brave and go first?
I didn't really try the whole thing, but I have been working out every morning, get up at 4:30 every morning, and that's made a significant difference in my life.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that makes all the difference.
Because then I have the rest of the day to do what I need to do.
Yeah. And how does it make you feel? Hang on, I'm going to mute everyone, including you, Hillary, and then unmute yourself.
I feel great. I've got more energy. Because I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I'd love to take a nap at 2 every day, but I've still got, I've got everything done that I really need to do before my workday starts. And sometimes I'll be in the salon all day long and not have a chance to work on Color Street. And if I know that I've gotten some stuff taken care of before, then I don't have to worry so much that I'm not working on it.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, I used to be a Beachbody coach. And so that was huge. Like, that was life-changing to make, exercise a habit for me. And one of the main reasons I work out is for sanity. Because like I said, I have 4 kids, and I'm a nicer human and a nicer mom when I work out. Like, I've noticed it. I get out like that aggression and intensity in my workout. So that helps so much. Like, I think that helps so much. And my husband's the same way. Like, if he works out, he's just a happier person. Like, the endorphins, all that. It's like, it's amazing. It is like,
well, I have to say that the term workout is very loosely used. It can be just a walk, a simple walk to the mailbox, if it's far away, or, just a walk around the block until you get to where, maybe you need a little bit more. Don't be afraid of the word workout. It's different for every single person.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because that word has the word work in it, which doesn't sound that fun. But I think it's true. And he said in the book, he was like, he even said, even if you have 60 seconds, because he did a 6-minute version of the SAVERS acronym. And he was like, hey, if you have 60 seconds, like, do 60 seconds of push-ups or sit-ups or stretching, and I've read a lot of articles and things that have said, that highly successful people, even if they get up and, even if they just wake up and stretch, like get their body, just move their body, like you're saying, Hillary, like that can make all the difference. So, like right now I'm just doing yoga and I love it. And I just do it, I just do it on Beachbody On Demand, but it's like, that works for me, doing it from home. But some people like to go to the gym. Some people like to go running. Like, just find your thing and start small, like Hillary was saying. Any other thoughts? How many of you guys read it? Raise your hand if you've read the whole thing. I didn't even read the whole thing. Raise your hand if you read some of it. Some of it.
I read it a while ago, and so it's not fresh in my mind. It was at the very beginning of the month when you announced it. I downloaded it and read it or listened to it. And so it's not fresh in my mind. But I really did like the ideas that he proposed with the just getting on with your day in the morning, bright and early, so that you have the rest of the afternoon to do the things you want to do. A lot of us are moms, and so when the kids come home, it's mom time.
Totally.
And granted, some of us are moms during the day too, with littles at home. But you do what you can, and you get those bits and pieces in. But if you get up before they do, or maybe while they're doing a nap or something, then you've got a serious block of time that you can take care of some work, more or less.
Yeah, and I think I've noticed for me, like, when I fill my cup first, then it's a lot. I just feel like more put together and happier, and you know what I mean? Like because otherwise I feel like I'm running on empty if I'm like, if you wake up to your kids, like if your kids are your alarm and that's how you wake up and you don't get to do anything for yourself, and then like the day ends and you're like, what the heck? Like, where did my day go? I didn't get to do anything for myself. Like, I think I'm a huge advocate of taking care of yourself first. It's like they say on the airplane, like, put on your oxygen mask first and then put it on your kids. Like, because you got to take care of yourself first so you can take better care of whoever, of your kids or whoever. So, that I had a thought, but I lost it. Amanda, we need to see your sweater. Show it off. We saw that you changed. Wait, I'm unmuted. Oh, there, I unmuted you.
It's very flattering.
What is that little point? There you go. How fun. That's so cute. What does it say? Eggnog on it?
Do what?
It said eggnog on it?
Of course. It's for missing elves on eggnog.
That's awesome.
It lights up, but I can't get the light back in.
Oh, man.
I know.
Hot glue it.
And then I have my Santa glass.
I know. I love that glass. I saw you show that last week. It's awesome. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, Paula, you said, I love working out with five kids and a hubby who travels a lot, it's hard to put that in. I agree. And that's why I think that's why I like to work out from home. Even just doing like a YouTube video or something, pop it in. Once you make it a habit, for me, it's like at 8 o'clock. That's when I work out. If you guys message me at 8, I'm going to be doing yoga. So, and I try to just do it like 5 days a week. That's the goal. Let's see. Carrie said, it's hard for me to be physically active due to health issues, but since I've joined Color Street, my days are always full, and just that alone has helped. I used to be so depressed, but thanks to Color Street, that has gone away too. I love that. Oh, I love hearing that. That's wonderful. I agree. Like, this community is such a great outlet. That's why I call them girls' nights. I don't like to call them meetings. Like, that's boring. Because it's fun to chat with you guys. Okay, anyone else want to share their thoughts on the book?
Hey, Kelly, it's Margaret.
Hi.
Hey, sorry, I'm just driving home, so that's why I'm on the phone. But I listened to it on Audible, and I actually listened to it a couple of times because there was just so much information.
Yeah.
But I have started doing the Miracle Morning probably like the last couple of weeks.
Mhm.
And I've always been, well, not always been. I started meditating probably like a couple of years ago. So I tried to do that like for like 5 minutes, and I just used the Calm app on my phone. Like, I don't know if anybody else has that.
Yes.
But you
I
can
love that
just you can just do like a timed meditation, which is just like an amazing way to start off your day because it is just so peaceful. And then I have a couple of affirmations that I say, and I actually write them down in my little book. I just got like a little journal, and I write them down, and I just put the date on it. And then I went onto Pinterest, and I did my little board, and I look at that every single morning, and it has my why there, and just,
Awesome.
just kind of like my dream life, really.
Yeah.
And then I try to work out like 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, I don't do that really in the Miracle Morning part just because I usually am going to like a class or something like that or going out for a run. But I'll do like most of the 5 of them together. And then I kind of start my day. But I have to say I feel so accomplished just getting those things done and out of the way and kind of moving on. So it's an awesome book. I would love to do like the challenge, like to have a Miracle Morning challenge. It would be really cool.
Yeah, I mentioned that. We're totally doing that starting tomorrow. We're doing an accountability group. So anyone that hopped on a little later, we're going to start a little accountability group that you guys can join, and we're just going to try it because I think, like I said, yeah, I so agree with you, Margaret. I'm so glad you shared that. Like, it really makes me feel so accomplished, and just like, I don't know if you guys read, like, if you've read a lot of articles on success and stuff, they always talk about different parts of the Miracle Morning, like affirmations. They talk about visualization, vision boards and stuff like that. But this is like doing it all in each morning. You're going to really succeed and feel better and do better in all aspects of your life when you start this way. So, and I'm so glad you mentioned the Calm app, Margaret. I muted you, by the way, just because there's a lot of white noise in the background. But like the Calm app is how I meditate because I have a hard time like focusing. Just like my brain's all over the place. So it's nice to have a guided meditation that's like talking to you in a super calm voice, And so I highly recommend the Calm app, and it sets a timer too. So you can set it for just like 1 minute or 5 or 10, whatever you want to do. But I really like that app. And especially if you've never done meditation and you're like, what the heck am I even doing? So yeah, just like go to the app store and look for Calm, and it's a guided meditation app, and it's really cool. What else was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to talk a teeny bit about the scribe part, like the journaling part. So for me, I have to keep things really simple. And I found that the easiest thing for me was just doing it on my phone. So what I started several years ago, and I still have it on my phone, is I have like a note. I used Evernote, but you could really do it on any, like even just your phone notes. But it's like it's my gratitude journal. And so what I do, and it's super simple, is I'm going to pull it up. Anyway, what I do is I just write 5 bullet points of things I'm grateful for. And that is huge because when you start your day off with like a grateful heart, it is so amazing. And it makes you think through like the day before. Like I think through the day before and I'm like, what am I grateful for? And it makes you kind of think back and also really like kind of reflect on the things you are grateful for, and then you start looking for other things that you're grateful for throughout, you know, the day as well. So, and I noticed something for me when I started doing that, like I felt a lot happier. The times that I've done it consistently, because I'll be honest, it's kind of like this, you know, but the times I did it consistently, I felt like I was a happier person. So I highly recommend just, you know, and if you, I would say again, like Hillary was saying, start small. Like you don't have to do all 6 of the things. Maybe you could start with one thing even in this miracle morning, you know? But that's a really good one. And that's really quick to do. Just do 5 bullet points of things you're grateful for. And I just write the date. I just did the date, 5 things, and then we move on. And it's cool to look back on too, like, cause I started in 2015. So it's cool to look back on things that, you know, you're grateful for like years ago. Okay.
Hey, Kelly, can I say something really quick about that?
Yeah.
I used to teach a class on gratitude journals, and my favorite story that I would share is when my daughter, she was probably 4, and I had this craft room that was filled with so much stuff, and I was making jewelry at the time, and so it was very tedious, and she just wanted to be with me all the time, be in my stuff, be making stuff with me. And you know, when you're trying to do something and it's a business and you're really trying to work, it can be difficult. And especially with your sweet little ones. Yeah. And I had to make, it's so much easier if you take a negative and make it positive. And I turned that negative of my kid is driving me crazy into, I'm so grateful that my daughter wants to spend time with me and that she likes doing what I like to do. And that she will wants to sit in my lap. And, you know, those are the things that you won't get later on down the road. And, you know, it's take the things that are bothering you and find something to be grateful for in that thing. And combat your lows by finding something to be grateful for.
I totally agree. Thanks so much for sharing that. That's such a cute story. And I agree. You can look at it one way or the other, you know? Okay, other thoughts. I want to hear more from you guys and less from me. Anyone else read it? And what were things that stood out to you about this book? I'm trying to think what else. So there's silence. So we kind of talked about the calm app. There is affirmations. Oh, one thing for affirmations, I think it's great to like write something in lipstick. So like for me, like writing your next rank on lipstick and being like, I am a team leader, or I am a director, or I'm a senior director, whatever you're going for. Write it on lipstick on your mirror. That's an affirmation. So you could pick one affirmation and just write it on your mirror. And every time you see it, like say it out loud. Because that's one thing I noticed with the one thing he said in the book is he's like, affirmations, he's like, you got to do them consistently. It's like working out. Like, what's the point of working out if you're going to do it once every 2 weeks? You know what I mean? Same with affirmations. He was like, you got to be consistent with it for it to actually work. So every time you see it, say it out loud, and maybe just pick one or write it down, right? You know, maybe make a note. I used to have a note of my affirmations, and then I would go through and just say them out loud each morning. So you kind of have to like, I really feel like with this, you have to customize it for what works for you. Don't you think, Hillary? Yeah, you just have to like, figure out how much time you want to spend on it, how much time you're going to spend on each different thing, and how you can simplify it, you know. But, and like you said, you can do it in 6 minutes if you wanted. So there's affirmation. Visualization. I'm so glad Margaret mentioned the you know, vision boards, because that is huge. How many of you guys have a vision board? Raise your hand if you have a vision board. Yay! I kind of talked about that a while back, and so I know some of you guys started, like Amanda and I think Holly, and some of you guys have done that. after I mentioned it. And seriously, it's insane what happens when you make a vision board. Like, it's cool to start looking at it. And again, I started doing this a few years ago, and it's cool to look through it and be like, oh my gosh, that happened and that happened. And we got that. And you know what I mean? So like, start visualizing the things that you want to happen in your life. And it's crazy how they happen. It's crazy. Anyone have any stories on visualization they want to share? I have like a billion, but I don't want to talk the whole time. Rebecca, you do?
Yeah. I do. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's so loud here.
Yeah, white noise isn't too bad.
Okay. Well, that's good. So like, one thing that I had up on my vision board was I had a little picture of this couple hiking, and it had been up there for, a year, and I didn't ever really pay attention to it because I was like focused on the temporal things, like getting a new camera or getting a studio or, getting a new car for my husband, things like that. And and that was kind of off on the other side. It was just like I never really paid attention to it. But in September, my husband and I climbed Mount Timpanogos, went all the way to the top. And then after that hike, like, it's a huge hike. I had no clue how insane it was. And I nearly stopped so many times, and I have no idea how I accomplished it because I have foot problems and I'm so out of shape. About like a week later, I was, still on that hiking high that you get from like accomplishing a big thing. And, I turned on, see what I did is I put my vision board as my wallpaper. I made it my wallpaper on my computer. So one day I was just like closing all the million windows on my computer that I have. Like, I usually have so many windows open, and every now and then I like clear everything off. And I was like, and I saw that hiking picture of that couple, and I was like, oh my gosh, it happened.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, that is a hard hike. I will agree to that.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. And that's such a great idea, Rebecca, to make it your computer screensaver, or I used to have mine as my phone wallpaper. So those are, because then you're seeing it every day. Again, it's that consistent.
All the time.
You got to see it all the time. I even heard of a guy who said, I listened to a speaker who talked about vision boards, and he said, make a grid on your wall with masking tape, of 9 squares. And he said, and then just put stuff on, either Post-it notes or pictures of what you want. So that's one way to do it too, or just a Pinterest board. Pinterest board has worked best for me. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. So we talked about exercise, reading. Okay, reading. Seriously, I talk about this all the time, but if you haven't tried Audible yet, try it. It's so fabulous. Like, you can get so much done, so much reading done just from listening to Audible when you're in the car. Like, how long are you in a car a day? I bet it's a lot. So every time I'm in the car, like, you just push play on Audible, listen for 5 minutes. Or when you're getting ready. This is what I wanted to mention. So I'm going to add in one more thing to the SAVERS acronym because I think this is huge. And that is just getting ready for the day. Because especially if you work from home like I do, of course we all work from home with Color Street, but especially if you work from home all day long, it's easy to end up in your sweats all day. And that was me like Monday and Tuesday of this week. But I feel so much better when I put on my makeup and like wear clothes as if I was going to work. And so I think that is, I don't know why, but I think that helps women just feel more put together and just better about yourself. I feel like I act differently when I just feel better and, when I feel like I look presentable. You know what I mean? So I had to add that in there because I feel like that really helps women just feel better. At least that's my personal experience. So, okay, so we have less than a minute, so I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. I know it's short and sweet, but so if you haven't read this book, read it. But our next book club book, Crap. I wrote it down, but it is buried in my messages. I will announce it in our group. I'll announce it right after this and tell you what book we're going to be reading for throughout December, and then we'll discuss it at the beginning of January, okay? And also, I will start the Miracle Morning group tonight as well, and you guys can get in it, and we'll just hold each other accountable for whoever wake up half an hour early, do your savers, and just share your experiences with us, okay? Thanks you guys so much for joining. Seriously, I love, oh, and don't forget your ugly sweater votes. I'm pretty sure Paola won. Yeah, it's like unanimous. So Paola, congratulations. You won a Starbucks.